Ready?
Rolling.
Wonderful. Charlie, take one, marker.
The last show I was in, the last musical I was in was with First Stage in 2019. So it has been 3 years since I've been in a musical, and I've done the virtual show thing. I did a show at Pius last year. I was in Almost Maine, but it's been so long since we get to put on a musical, and that mixed with a little bit of peer pressure, and here we are.
Both of them I really thought were going to be cool, especially this one because it just has a lot of comedy and music that I already really loved. Plus, I just really like Pius shows as a whole. They just hit different.
So I'm a senior this year, and it was, my last chance to be able to be in theater at Pius. And then also I was all virtual last year, and so I didn't really have a chance to participate in the performing arts or be in any shows. And that was a really hard time for me, so I'm really glad I was able to come back and be in the shows this year.
It's my senior year, and so I kind of felt obligated to go out for the shows, especially since I lost a lot during COVID, and I felt like I really had a shot this year at doing something great and having a lot of fun, especially with people that I love, so.
Well, I mean, long answer, I wanted to. Short answer, I wanted to. I mean, there's not much that I can say that hasn't already been said. It's just something I love to do and want to keep doing as much as I can. And especially not being able to do it for my first 2 years was not heartbreaking, but a little heartbreaking. I have never gotten to do something on as big of a scale as this, so it's just exciting.
I would have to say the people, because I've met some of my closest friends here. I continuously make some of my closest friends here. Our directors are beautiful, wonderful people and magnificent role models. Everyone's kind, and everyone tries to be their best selves, which is something that is really admirable.
Just the community. I love being around my friends, and I love having the support that I have, especially from Jonathan. It's just really great to express myself in an environment that's not closed-minded or mean or stuffy.
Oh my gosh. Just being able to be there and make art and develop characters with my friends and simultaneously be really chaotic and crazy and just have fun.
The community. That's so easy. It is the community 100 times over. This is like one big happy family, and we make that such a high priority, and I love it so much. The atmosphere is so lovely, and it's so wonderful to work with these people year after year. Yeah, the people they make it the best.
The people. Being able to work with Jonathan and KJ and JP, it's just so fun, and it's so intimate. They get to know you really well, and you them, and it feels like you're all just friends, and it's something that you'll always remember and carry with you.
I think you should see the show because, first off, we are putting in a lot of work, constantly. I know people who really, really care are just giving all of their effort to this show, and that's awesome. Also, it's a good show. It has all of the things you could want in a show. It has catchy songs, and we don't have fight scenes. There's murder and romance, and it's really perfect.
'Cause it's great. It's gonna be fantastic, that's why, and everyone's gonna love it. What other reason is there, honestly?
So Gentleman's Guide is just a really silly, like bizarre show with like really silly, bizarre characters. And it's also kind of a rarer one, like you don't really see in high schools very often. So you're gonna be surprised when you come see it.
I think this show is exactly what we need right now. After so many hard years in a row, this show is just witty and it's fun, but it also has these underlying themes of love and acceptance and finding out who you really are. So I think it's just the perfect thing for this year.
It'll be funny, honestly. There's nothing I like more than bad accents, and this show has a lot of them, so it might be a little hard to understand at first, but come again and again until you finally understand the plot.
That's a good question. I weigh a lot of factors when I pick a show, and I felt that this show had the right characters for the talent that we had at the school. I think that it was one that's not well known, and I like bringing new material to people. I think the relationships I build with people, definitely prefer working with students instead of sitting alone in an office. My biggest inspiration is a gentleman named Scott Schallenberger, and he wrote a couple of plays. He's directed me many times, and I find him to be someone I aspire to be like.